with the Kindred Vikings, Eric Burke.
Pass rolling to his right. They throw it. The in route to Tanner Steck makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anasteer.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown. Swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening and welcome to Jerlo Field here in Kindred, football fans. We begin our voyage of 2024-2025 high school sports. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here this evening. Apologize for the delay here in the pregame, working on trying to get our scoreboard ready and rocking for you. So we're going to continue to work on that. We'll have more on our pregame comments here coming up next on yourliveevent.com.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Gerdau presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Coming on back here at Jerlo Field in Kindred, football fans. James Martins, Max Bernier here with you on yourliveevent.com as we get the season rocking and rolling. Number 1, Kindred Vikings against the number 2, Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison. Again, working on the scoreboard here right now. We will not be able to get to our pregame interviews. Our apologies to both head coaches, Eric Burgad from Kindred and Matt Weidler from Velva-Drake-Anamoose. Something interesting of note that I really took from the conversation with Eric Burgad. He's saying a lot of teams out there, the cliche phrase is we got a target on our back if you're the defending state champion, as Kindred is. But they want to flip it around and say, no, we don't have a target on our back. We're the hunters. We want to be the aggressive ones out there, and we want to put targets on other teams' backs, so to speak. So that's kind of the message from Eric Burgad to the rest of the state of North Dakota. But, of course, he's saying Velva-Drake-Anamoose no slouch, his father. And there's the scoreboard. Thanks to Mark, as always, for helping us get this up and running. To finish that last thought as well, Eric Burgad mentioning in the pregame conversations that again, they want to be the aggressive ones. They want to put the target on other people's backs. But he's saying that he respects Velva-Drake-Anamoose a lot, as of course his father coached up in that area. He's from that area originally, the western side, and he always recollected his dad's desk full of papers on Velva-Drake-Anamoose, back then just Velva, to how to stop these Aggies. And, the tradition continues for the Aggies. And head coach Matt Weidler telling me as well that before in the pregame comments here that his team, he just wants to see 4 quarters, wants to see a complete game. He does have a lot of experience coming back, but there's still some things to prove out there. Of course, tough loss in the semifinals last year to Dickinson Trinity, so they're hoping to pull up a little bit of an upset there, play good defense, and, of course, take care of the ball. The common things that we see all the time here in high school football in the state of North Dakota. Let's get you right into those starting lineups here. We'll start with the road squad. We'll start with the Velva-Drake-Anamoose Aggies, and we'll announce the offensive starters for the Aggies. Starting on offense, a senior quarterback, 6'1", senior quarterback number 10, Ben Shep. At running back, senior, 6 foot, number 20, Hank Bodine. At wide receiver, the 5'11", senior, number 2, Matt Yoakum. 6'2", senior wide receiver, number 24, Reggie Bruner. 6'1", senior wide receiver, number 12, Trayson Eigelhart. A 6'3", senior tight end, number 8, Kyle Volson. A 6'2", junior left tackle, number 52, Luke Selzler. A 6 foot senior right guard, number 65, Zach Volson. 5'11", junior center, number 71, Jaden Foss. 6 foot junior right guard, number 54, Gage Roberts. And a 6'5", junior right tackle, number 77, Matt Bryant. Again, that's the starters for the Velva-Drake-Anamoose Aggies. Head coach Matt Weidler, assisted by Casey Kwame, Chris Holt, Bobby Bartz, Brock Nagel, Chad Barstead, and Jerry Jesperson. Now the starters for the Kindred Vikings. Will announce their defensive starters here. They go with a 5'11" defensive end, number 59, Tate Miller. A 5'9" defensive tackle, number 68, Andrew Haley. 6'5", defensive end, number 72, Luke Starcevic. 5'10", outside linebacker, number 54, Miles Stroh. 5'10", inside linebacker, number 5, Hunter Bindus. 6 foot inside linebacker, number 55, Tannen Johnson. 6'2", outside linebacker, number 10, Jake Starcevic. The 5'10", cornerback, number 6, Jack McDonald. 6'3", free safety, number 4, Isaac Spellhog. 5'10", strong safety, number 21, Kylan Swenson. And the 6'5", quarterback, number 2, Brooks Bacco. That's the starting defense for the Kindred Vikings, coached by Eric Burgad, assisted by Brad Ambrosius, Nick Eggman, Nate Safe, Joe Harder, Ryan Sunram, and Alex Starcevic. The Aggies will be in the white jerseys here this evening. Yellow pants, white trim, white and blue trim as well. Blue numbers, white helmets. And with the, as well, the Kindred Vikings in the blue jerseys, blue pants, blue helmets, white numbers as well. So the Aggies and the Vikings here on yourliveevent.com. We'll take you through this contest as other contests going on here throughout the state. Of course, last night, Hillsborough Central Valley with a 40-6 thumping of the Grafton Spoilers. They spoiled the home opener up there in Grafton. So Hillsborough Central Valley, that was the first game of the year as well. Our first game on YourLiveEvent.com, and they go to 1-0. They're the only team in the state right now in Class A. At least that's 1-0. So kudos to Hillsborough Central Valley on the opening win. Again, other games going on tonight. Other contests going on YourLiveEvent.com. Shout out to the Carrington Cardinals. They are starting their run on Your Live Event as they are the newest school, taking on Southern McLean. Central Cass hosts Devil's Lake, and Sargent County is at Maple River here this evening. Some games going on here on YourLiveEvent.com. Of course, if you want to have multiple screens up, be sure to do that. We go with you wherever you go on your phone, tablet, computer, or on your smart TV as well. YourLiveEvent.com. Go back and watch previous games as well. So we're going to take a break here for the national anthem, and we'll come back with the kickoff. It's number 1 in Class A. Kindred taking on number 2, Velva-Drake-Anamoose here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Now available, the 2024 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide. The digital version of the R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is available at rjbroadcasting.com. This year, featuring schedules for the fall sports teams in the region, along with photos, coaches' bios, and highlights from the 2023 season and the fall broadcast schedule for R&J Sports and YourLiveEvent.com. The digital version of the 2024 R&J Sports Guide is available now at rjbroadcasting.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com. Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip, while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Welcome back to Kindred, Gerlo Field here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martin's here with you, along with Max Bernier on the camera this evening, as the Kindred Vikings take on the Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison Aggies. Number 1, Kindred. Number 2, Velva-Drake-Anamoose. The last 2 defending state champions. Of course, Kindred is the defending state champion. Velva-Drake-Anamoose in that magical run that was Cinderella, not Cinderella-esque, but it was just magical. Coach Sandy closing out his career with his son at the state title. Kickoff coming up here for Kindred. Andrew Haley set to chuck it away, and we're underway here on YourLiveEvent.com. Returned there by the Aggies. Nice cut up the field, up to about the 30-yard line. Taking it back there, Trayson Eigelhart, the senior. And so Velva-Drake-Anamoose getting things started here. First and 10, ball is going to be spotted there at the 30 on the right hash. Come out there again, the Velva-Drake-Anamoose offense led by the senior Ben Shep. He was the quarterback when the Aggies won the state title back in 2023. Eigelhart's the man in motion. He'll flip it back. Runner goes, doesn't get too much, actually gets nothing there that time. Off the toss to Hank Bodine. Bodine will be the bell cow here for Velva-Drake-Anamoose. Picks up a yard and makes it 2nd and 9 there on the 31. Spread out there for Velva-Drake-Anamoose. Imagine they'll be in that set with 3 wide and 1 left. Shep takes the snap, takes a look, goes up into the field and cuts away, 35-40. Nice run there for Ben Shep to get the first down. Takes that all the way to the 42. Pickup of 11 for Shep. And that'll be a first down there for the Aggies. Aggies coming out here. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shep in the gun. Bodine up there near the line. It's a quarterback keeper. He goes up the gut to the 45, to the 50. Breaks away across the 45 of Kindred to the 44. Ben Shep cutting at the field here with back-to-back runs for 11 previously. And now all the way up again to the 44, pickup of 14. So 25 yards here for Ben Shep off the first 2 carries of the game. Velva-Drake-Anamoose up in the northwest region. Of course, Kindred down in the southeast. Shep with the handoff to Bodine. Bodine bumbles his way up the left hash. Up to the 42. A gain of 2 for Hank Bodine. Strong Velva-Drake-Anamoose running here so far. It's been a steady addition. Of course, it's just a Velva-Garrison at first, and then Drake-Anamoose. They played 6-man ball for a few years, won a 6-man state title, kind of a golden age of Drake-Anamoose boys athletics, and then came aboard with Velva-Garrison. It's a catch out to the left-hand side there, across the 35 for Bodine. Once again, he can do it all. Bodine takes it up there to the 32. Pickup of 10 for Bodine. First pass of the game for the Aggies. Move the ball quickly there. 6th play of the drive with 4 runs, and that's the first pass play. Aggies doing exactly what they want to do here right out of the chute in a very calm, pleasant evening, hot evening, but pleasant evening in Kindred. Handoff to Bodine. Runs into a cohort of Vikings. And taken down there at about the 31. Gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Positive movement there on the first 6 plays of the contest. As a very experienced lineup both on offense and defense, the Aggies only have one sophomore or younger as a starter, the rest juniors and seniors. Shep, a senior, takes the snap to the quarterback keeper. Upended by a couple of Vikings, but not before he gains positive yardage. And this Velva-Drake-Anamoose moving company certainly moving this Kindred Viking defensive line, as that ball is placed at the 27, a pickup of 4 for Shep. 3 carries for 29 yards. The movers there again for the Aggies. You got Selzler, Volson, Foss, Roberts, and Bryan. The scary thing is, for future opponents, Zach Volson is the only senior on the starting line. The rest are juniors, so most of these guys can come back next year. Big third down here, 3rd and 5. First third down of the game. Shep in the gun, takes the snap, looking right, looking left, chucking down the field. He's got a man, and it's hauled in for the touchdown. Velva-Drake-Anamoose takes the early lead on a 27-yard toss to Reggie Bruner, the senior. Couldn't have planned that any better. A drive that took 8 plays, went 70 yards, and took 4 minutes and 14 seconds off the clock. Bruner hauling in a 27-yard touchdown catch from Shep. And they'll break the huddle there for the 2-point conversion. Shep back to pass, looking, tossing, and it's almost intercepted. Doesn't really matter there too much. So 7:46 to go there in the opening quarter. 6-0. Velva-Drake-Anamoose leads here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Boy, couldn't have planned the start much better here in Kindred for Velva-Drake-Anamoose as the Aggies march the ball down the field. 8 plays, all positive yardage. Rounding out in a touchdown pass from Ben Shep to Reggie Bruner. 27 yards, 2-point conversion was no good. And so we'll see how the Vikings respond in their first possession back since the state title run last year to the Dakota Dome. Back to receive there for the Vikings. Kylan Swenson. He'll take it. Oh, bobbled it to the 15. Left side and steamroll down there about the 18-yard line. Swenson coming off the injury last year. Sidelined him from week 3 on in the regular season. The fact that the Vikings bring a lot of guys back and they also bring that talented threat back, that's a scary sight for future defenses. They'll mark the ball there down at the scoreboard has it at the 18, and then they're going to move it up about 18 3/4 yard line. Out the 19. There you go. With 7:39 remaining here in the opening quarter, 6-0 Velva-Drake-Anamoose here on YourLiveEvent.com. 3 to the right, none to the left here. Starcevic takes the snap. The senior lobs it up over the middle, and he's got a man. Oh, and he's throttled at the 40. Nice catch. Hauled in there, Miles Steelges. Kind of out of the backfield there. And that goes all the way up to the 41. Starcevic just lobbed it up there with ever such ease. That one going for a 22. So another first down there for the Vikings. It'll be a handoff this time out of the backfield. Not much going there for Swenson. Swenson's first carry again since injury last year takes him up to the 42, a gain of a yard. Brings up a second and long 8. Long 8, short 9 there. As the Vikings look to charge towards midfield. Going left to right in those blues. 2 to the right, 1 to the left here. Man in motion coming across. As toss out of the backfield, nowhere to go there for Jack McDonald, the senior. The Aggie defense showing up there, moving the ball back inside the 35 to the 34. A loss of 7. Oh, the pass play out of the backfield there for McDonald. And it's a big 3rd down here. 3rd and 16, back at the 34. Vikings need midfield, just a little bit past midfield for the first down. 3 left, 1 right here for Starcevic and company. Blitz coming. Pass out of the backfield to Swenson, trying to make some men miss over there on the left side. He's got a move to make. Oh, and he had 1 man to miss. Couldn't quite get by. Out on the defensive side there for the Aggies. Couldn't quite get by. That was Logan Vincent out there with the stop. It's close to a first down. And there was a penalty on the play as well. So this one is going to come back. Spot of the foul was the 43. That'll move the ball back to the 33 on the hold. So a net loss after all that of a yard. So 3rd and a short 18. Nothing so short about that, though. Our first penalty of the game here between the number 1 Vikings and the number 2 Aggies. Right now, the Aggies looking like the number 1 team out of the get-go, but plenty of time to work with. 5:39 and rolling here. Man in motion comes McDonald, top to bottom. Starcevic, play action, rolling to his right, looking, chucking, got a man in some space, and caught! Aggie saying incomplete, but Brooks Bacco says, I caught that thing. All the way down to the 35 on a 3rd and halfway to forever. Able to flip the field there for a gain of 32. Bacco with his first catch of the game. Starcevic, 3 for 3. There for 47 yards on the opening drive, and a fresh set of downs there for the Vikings. It's quarterback keeper there, Starcevic. Former Thompson Tommy rolling up the right-hand side. Lunges towards the 30. And I'll mark the ball down there at the 31. A gain of 4 there for Starcevic.
4 yards gained on the play. 2nd down and 6.
The Vikings just 5 yards rushing so far on this opening drive. But Starcevic doing some good work there through the air. As we get to the 6th play of the drive minus the penalty. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Bacco up on the top of your screen. Starcevic takes the snap, looking towards Bacco. A little low, but Bacco hauls it in, and he's upended at the 29. Picks up a couple. And I'll bring up another 3rd down, this time 3rd and 4. Bacco definitely going to be one to watch throughout the rest of the contest as the Vikings try to even things up. Fast-moving first quarter. Again, just the 1 penalty so far. And no incompletions. Starcevic is 4 for 4, and Shep is 2 for 2. So combined 6 for 6 for these quarterbacks through the first 6 passes and the first 8.5 minutes of play. Starcevic takes it himself, up the gut, makes a man miss, sidearms a teammate. Up, he keeps going, and he's clutched down there across the 20, out to about the 15 for another first down. They'll mark it at the 16, a pickup of 13 there. for Star Civic. I'm down for 17 yards. I think I might be missing one rush in there. They'll move back up to the line here in the red zone. 2:50 and counting here in this opening quarter. Star Civic in the gun. Hand off to Swenson up the middle. Bulldozes his way to the 10. Nice gain there for Swenson of 6. 2nd and 4. A decade of yards to go here in this beautiful late August evening. And super hot right before the kickoff, but able to get things going. The rain came yesterday. The field looks absolutely immaculate. Good job to the grounds crew here at Kindred. 2nd and 4 at the 10, just a shade over 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Star Civic, low snap, option. He'll keep it up the left hash, kind of a broken play, and he's good enough to get maybe a yard out of that. Good to get back to line of scrimmage there, and they'll move him up to the 9. Brings in a 3rd and 3. They converted a 3rd and 18. And a big pass play to Brooks Baco to keep the drive going. Minus the penalties, play number 10 of the drive. Include the penalty, play number 11. Star Civic in the gun, takes the snap. He'll keep it off the fake handoff, and it's not going to be enough, I don't think. It's going to be close. They're saying 4th down, maybe by a yard. 4th down and 1 at the 7. So 2 more for Star Civic. As we got less than a minute to go here. They break the huddle there. Swenson along with Theelgis in the gun. They both will head out for a likely quarterback sneak here. And they get some movement, and they're going to get half the distance. So 1 penalty now each side, a holding on Kindred, and now offside. Just a little encroachment there. Will move the Vikings for free inside the 5. They're going to move it up just a hair. It should be about the 3.5-yard line. 39.8 on that clock. Again, 1st and goal there on the 3 after the penalty. Lots of options here for Star Civic and company to get on the board. Man in motion. Goes Spellhog. Star Civic keeps in. He scampers in for the score. Star Civic with a touchdown, and we're even on a 3-yard scamper there for Star Civic. 11-play drive with a couple of penalties, taking just over 7 minutes off the clock. And there'll be an extra point coming out here. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. There for Andrew Haley. Pops it in, and we got a ball game, 7-6. Kindred with the lead with 22 seconds to go here. We're going to keep it here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Max Bernier hanging out with you here. A couple of speech guys doing sports stuff on a Friday night. Nothing better than that. Beautiful weather out there. Let's keep an eye out on the scores. Again, 4 games here on YourLiveEvent.com. Carrington with their Your Live Event debut, football debut at least, as they're taking on Southern McLean. As well, Devils Lake and Central Cass. That should be a great contest. And Sargent County and Maple River. A couple more teams on YourLiveEvent.com going at it here. North Prairie, defending state champions. They're up 8-0 over Larimore. That one at home. Let's see here. Not a lot of other scores in this area yet. Buell up over Botno 6-0. Carrington is leading Southern McLean 6-0. Central Cass leading Devils Lake 6-0. Haley with the kickoff there. Little knuckler over there and dropped and picked back up there, I believe, by Eigelhart. And Eigelhart is able to keep it up to about the 28 with 16 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. Stroh with the tackle there for the Vikings. So Velva, who marched the ball down the field, 8 plays, 70 yards, and just a hair over a 4 1/4 minutes. Get it back again with 16 seconds on the clock. Started at their own 28. Goes to Shep, handoff, and Kindred's waiting for it. No gain on that one, and that might be generous. Might have lost a yard on that one. And they'll put it back at the 28. Bodine with nothing. And that'll do it for the first quarter. At the end of one, Kindred leading Velva-Drake-Anamoose 7-6. Second quarter next on YLE.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Second quarter here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here. This evening, it's both teams scoring touchdowns on their opening drives. Both teams' defense is trying to get a little more rhythm here as the Aggies 2nd and 9 here. They faced, I believe, just 1 third down in their entire drive, their entire 8-play, 70-yard, 4-minute, 16-second drive to open up the game. And in motion there for the Aggies, that's Volson. Shep back to pass, finds Eigelhart wide open in the eye of the Viking defense, and he's able to get some good yak yards after that, yards after the catch, all the way up to the 46. Pickup of 18 on the pass play from Shep. Eigelhart's first catch of the game. Shep thrown it 3 times. He's 3 for 3 for 55 yards and a touchdown. In fact, neither of these two quarterbacks have thrown an incompletion as we get a penalty. Our third yellow flag of the contest. First was a holding. Second was an offside. Holding was on Kindred. Offside on the Aggies. This one's going to be a false start. So both teams with 10 yards in penalty yardage. The Aggies doing it twice, and the Vikings doing it just once. As that one goes back to the 41 off the penalty. So it'll be a 1st and 15. 11:32 remaining here in the opening half. 2 left, 1 right here for Shep and the Aggies. Shep looking, chased out of the pocket. He's chased from behind, got to get away. Evades one would-be tackler. Nice block as well to give him some more room. And Shep says, well, I might as well just take it myself. Lowers the shoulder, cross midfield to the 49 for a gain after all that scrambling of 10 for Shep. Carried the ball 4 times for 39 yards. Averaging nearly 10 yards a carry here. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 49 of Kindred. And it was a nice pursuit there by the Viking defense. Luke Starcevic, the 6'5", 240-pound OT, was breathing down Shep's neck And Shep got away just in time. Shep, screen pass, left side over to Igohart. He dropped it. He's able to pick it back up, but not before he loses 2 yards. So that gets the fans jumping here, 3rd and 6. Gets the fans jumping at Gerlo. 3rd and half a dozen here with about 10 minutes to go in this opening half. And they're going to let the clock wind down here. We'll see if the Aggies want to call a timeout. 10 on the play clock. 7, 6, 5, 4, and they will call their first timeout of the game. Velva-Drake-Anamoose behind by a Haley extra point for Kindred, 7-6. NearLiveEvent.com, 9:50 remaining here in the opening half. Time for a little in-game update. Presented by Goldmark Commercial. From commercial land to farmland and from office to industrial, Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com. Connect with their expert team of trusted agents. Neither quarterback has had an incomplete pass yet in this game, but they both have had negative yardage passes. Starspick for 7 yards minus and Shep for -2. But they're a combined 8 for 8 with a touchdown each, though Shep has the only passing touchdown. And it's big 3rd and 6 at the 49. Shep back to pass. Pressure coming. Got to move up in the pocket. He's got the first down and more to the 40. Stiff arms a man to the 35. And he rolls ahead for the first down for the Aggies. And Shep converted another quality 3rd down there. A gain of 16. Over to the Kindred side of the field once again. Shep again averaging, he's carried the ball now 5 times for 55 yards, averaging 11 yards per tote. And the Aggies want to gallop their way to being back in front. Makes the handoff, rolls to his left, backpedals a little bit, drops it off, and good recovery there out of the backfield for Bodine, or excuse me, for Braden Bossert, senior. Up across the 35 to the 34 for Bossert, a gain of 1 after all that. 2nd and 9. There for the Aggies at the Viking 34. Bruner, the touchdown receiver. Earlier on in the game, he spread out far right or towards the bottom of your screen. Igohart's up at the top. The guy's in the slot there for the Aggies as well. Shep will keep it this time. And he's pulled down there to about the 31. Pickup of 3. Makes it a 3rd and 6. That's Shep's worst run of the day. Still some positive yardage as another coachy phrase, if you want to call it, 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust for teams that love to run the ball. The Aggies certainly a team that would love to run this ball and run it all night long. 3 receivers right, Igohart and Bruner both down towards the bottom of your screen, and Igohart sees daylight a little too soon. It's going to be the 3rd procedural line of scrimmage penalty for the Aggies in this game, and that sends them back 5 yards to the 36. So the down remains 3rd. It's 3rd and 11 now. At the 36. Third and 11 at the 36, 7.5 and counting here in this opening half. Come out with the same set, same spots really. Bruner down towards the bottom. In the slot goes Eichelhart. Shep back to pass. Trying to do a swim move there and got to Shep. That's the first incompletion of the game. Great swim move there for Starcevic. Starcevic saying, I'm going to get there sooner or later. Starcevic just a sophomore, and oh boy, he looks like a senior out there. 4th and 11 at the 36. Not much the Aggies can do at this point. By the way, that was the first incompletion of the game for either quarterback. So both quarterbacks now a combined 9 of 10. 90% pass completion for both these quarterbacks combined. You can tell these two teams are going to have some good success this year. We get another penalty. This time it's going to be delay a game. That moves the ball back even further to a 4th and 16. Back-to-back penalties, in successive downs for the Aggies. Got to get this ball to the 25 for a first down. Just inside that 25. We saw the Vikings connect, and they're going to punt it. They are going to punt it, and it does bounce through the end zone there. So after all that, some good offensive efficiency stalls for the Aggies, and it remains 7-6. Kindred trying to extend the lead on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Off the touchback from the punt with 7:08 to go here in the opening half. The Vikings take over for the second possession of the game. Starcevic, lots of options, going through his reads really quickly, and he's able to scamper ahead across the 30 to the 31. There may be more or less, depending on, there will be more or less, depending on how this one goes. And it looks like it's going to be less. Flag dropped there at the 26. And it will be another holding on Kindred. Their second holding of the game. And that moves the ball back to the 16, 10 yards back from the spot of the foul after the penalty. It's a loss of 4, brings up 1st and 14. On the 16. On their left hash, down there towards the bottom. Starcevic, twin sets left and right. Soft blitz coming as that's a catch out of the backfield, and getting smoked there that time was Hunter Bindus. Does go up to the 22 for a gain of 6. That's Bindus' first catch of the game. Brings up 2nd and 8 here from the 22. Once again, 2 out right, 2 out left for Starcevic. As Velva backs off the pressure, screen pass, and they rally to the ball. It's another thing that Weiler noted there, that Kindred defense was going to do that, so knows his team needed to match that intensity on the defensive side. 3rd and we'll call it 3 off a catch to the 27. On that screen pass, I believe that one went to Baco. Baco with a gain of 5. His 3rd catch of the contest. As we get a timeout, first one called by Kindred, 5:20 to go here in the opening half. 7-6, Kindred with the lead.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Gerdau presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online, kindredstatebank.com. As the Vikings will come out with a big 3rd and 3, 5:20 remaining here in this opening half. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here this evening. Getting a little bit closer to that action down there at Jerlo Field. 2 left, 1 right here. Man in motion coming across. That's Spellhog. Starcevic will keep. He's got a hole to run through. Oh, what a broken tackle. He breaks 2. He keeps rolling to the 40, 35, cuts up the field to the 30, 25, 20, and out of bounds at about the 15. Starcevic, a star tonight. And not easy to do. 10 win against 10. Ben Shep of the safety side. Shep had some good form, but couldn't bring him down. Couldn't bring Starcevic down. Starcevic spins around him and goes all the way up to the 17. Flip the field there. A pickup of 56 yards for Starcevic on the ground. And we get another timeout here. Kindred will take a timeout here once again. 5:05 remaining here in this opening half on yourliveevent.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Coming out of another Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. 7-6, Kindred with the lead. Jake Starcevic putting on a show here. Tonight he's already got a rushing touchdown. He's carried the ball here, according to my stats, 7 times for 85 yards and a touchdown. He's also thrown, I believe, 5 passes for 54 yards. Starcevic in the gun. Back to pass. Ooh, that's a little tricky. And it's a incomplete pass with a flag as well. As this one might have been dead at the start. On a 1st and 10 of the 17, they're conferring there with Weidler, seeing what he wants to do, if he wants to take the penalty or take the incompletion. Would be, I believe, the first incompletion of the game for Starcevic, if it's upheld, or if the play is accepted. So false start is the penalty, and they are going to take the penalty. So that's going to move it back to the 22. So the perfect completion still intact there for Starcevic. 2 left, 1 right. Starcevic in the gun. Blitz showing just a bit. Tosses it out to the left-hand side. Spellhog. Not much room to work with there. Down to the 21, a gain of a yard. I believe that's Spellhog's first catch of the game. Brings up here 2nd and 14 on the 21. 4:37 and counting here in this opening half on yourliveevent.com. We opened the season football-wise last night. Hillsborough Central Valley with a big win over Grafton. Burroughs in Region 1. The Vikings trying to match them at the top of the standings. Man in motion there. As Starcevic back to pass, lost it towards Baco in the corner. He had the catch, but he's out of bounds. I don't know that he even got 1 foot in. It's close. So that's Starcevic, according to my count. That's his first incompletion of the game. So Shep and Starcevic both with 1 incomplete pass. 11 total completions between them. So 11 of 13 for the Tens. As in the gun, and goes in motion again. This time it's McDonald. Back to pass, chucks it over the middle, nearly picked off twice. As both Vincent and Shep had chances to take it away for the Aggies. No turnovers yet, though Starcevic has thrown a couple of tricky passes. So after going 6 straight completions, he's technically had 3 straight now. If Velva decided not to take the penalty a couple of downs ago, he would have had 3 in a row. Just 2 in a row here as the penalty was accepted. 4th and 14. Got to get to the 7. Still lots of options here. As McDonald goes in motion. As Starcevic rolls to the right, and there's a hold. This one is going to be dead. It doesn't matter. Intercepted at the 5, 10, 15, 20 up the sideline. And couldn't quite see who got the pick there on the far side. Vincent with the interception. So Vincent with the pick. And, of course, the holding penalty on Kindred will be taken off. Velva-Drake-Anamoose. Though they're down by 1, they have, I would say, played a slightly better game overall. Starcevic was looking great, and then maybe the broadcaster's jinx there. Started throwing some incompletions, some risky passes, and Vincent didn't get one the last time. He got one this time around. Of course, a 4th down, not much more you can do there for Kindred. Got to throw it up, try to convert. The Aggies take over with Bodine, and Bodine gets swallowed up. Started this drive at the 21. And this one will go back. This one goes up to the 24. 23. 2nd and 8. 23 there. Jake Starcevic on the tackle there for the Vikings. Off the run there. Actually, that one was run there by Bossert. Bossert with the carry there that time. For the Aggies. It's 2nd and 8. Pressure backing off just a little bit. Just a 4-man rush for the Vikings. Shep launches it down the field. He's got his man. At the 40, it's Reggie Bruner. Rolling out of bounds. They're out to the 42, 43 in between those two. Where Bruner stepped out. He already is a big catch. Touchdown grab. He's going to get another big one here. They're going to mark it down at the 41, looks like. Nope, we got a penalty as well. So this one is coming back. So it's going to be a holding on the Aggies. So both teams come out. They have pretty picture-perfect drives. No penalties, positive yardage for the most part, except for one play. Since then, about a half dozen penalties combined, an interception, some incomplete passes. So both these teams doing what they wanted to do, I would say, on the first drive. And since then, maybe missing on some things. Then I'll move it down to the 13 after the penalty. And I believe we get a – nope. It will stay on the field there. No timeout there. 1 left for Kindred, by the way, 2 for the Vikings. or 2 for the Aggies, excuse me. Shep in the gun on a 2nd and 18. Back to pass, chucking it over the middle. In between 3 Vikings, and Swenson, I think, cost an interception there. Would have been Gabe Whipple would have hauled that one in, but it's hard to have that helmet vision. That's what you got to remind. If you're armchair quarterbacking, armchair defending out at home, you got to remember that you've got the helmet view to try and see everything through, and you don't necessarily see who's behind you. Brings up a 3rd and 18, another incompletion there for Shep. He now has back-to-back incompletions. Not counting the penalty after he completed one to Bruner. Blitz coming, got to get away. He does for now, does again. And a sack coming there, our first of the game. No, I think maybe not quite a sack. It's a tackle for maybe a gain of a yard. So, yeah, not quite a sack for Luke Starcevic, but he's getting closer as that one goes up to the 14. So, yeah, a gain of a yard after all that for Shep. And so 4th and 17. Obviously, looks like we're going to get a punt here. Though, you just never know. I mean, this doesn't count for the region standings. Of course, this could be big later on down. This will not could be. I'm saying it will be big later on down the road for. And they're going to do a shallow punt. That's dangerous. And it's hauled in there by McDonald, and he slips on the grass there to the 35. Boy, both of these teams taking chances here with the punt. 3 and out there for the Aggies. With 1:56 to go, Kindred takes over again at their own 35. Or, excuse me, at Velva's 35. So short field to work with there for the blue and white. And opening drive touchdown since then. Not too much. 1 right, 2 left. Right goes McDonald. Man in motion comes Spellhog. From bottom to top of your screen. Starcevic, 3-man coming, and he's able to get it off to the safety valve there across the 25 for a first down. Hunter Bendis with another catch. It's his 2nd grab of the game. First one was 6 yards. That one goes for 13 to the 22. Starcevic, empty backfield, tossing over the middle, nearly intercepted. A flag, and a couple of Aggies tumble over each other. They run into each other. That's never a good sign, and this is not a good sign at all. Down as we got an Aggie down, clutching his left knee. You never want to see that, especially on the first game of the year. I think, and yep, it's you definitely can tell it's painful. I believe that's Luke Selzler. Be the left tackle on offense there for Velva. And a linebacker, a key position you don't want to lose. We're going to let the trainers go to him, and we'll step aside here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As getting helped off the field there. Again, that's Luke Selzler. the junior. Key part of the line as well as a linebacker, so that's a key piece you don't want to lose this early in the season especially. Getting Kindred's Kalen Swenson knows a thing or two about that, or getting injured after the third week last year. And so the Vikings will come back out. Didn't quite see who came in for the Aggies. To the left, Baco and Spellhog. McDonald to the right. McDonald goes in motion now. Starcevic, it's keeper. And the ball's popped out. It's into the end zone and recovered by Ben Shep. So 2 turnovers for Starcevic, an interception and then a fumble. Ben Shep on a fumble recovery. And again, the fumble from Starcevic. So just like that, the Aggies take over. We had a flurry of offense in the first quarter. Second quarter, been hurting for offense. 93 seconds to go here at their own 20 with 2 timeouts left. Still time to work with here. But again, cells are off the line. Got to make some adjustments. Kindred open to take advantage as they shift guys over. Shep just going to hand it off. Maybe the safe play. Go to the half. Down by 1. As that goes to, and now I believe went to Bossert. Now Bossert's down. Boy, the Aggies have had a tough second quarter. Already lost Selzler. And that, didn't quite, I thought there was an 11 that came out of the pile, a hammer. As checking out of the field there for the Aggies, Matt Yoakum, the senior receiver. Come on out there, and we do get a timeout. Aggies take it. 44.3 to go. We'll take it as well. Kindred 7, Velva-Garrison, Drake-Anamoose 6. YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
We're coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Banking to insurance. Let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, online, kindredstatebank.com. 1 timeout to go for both teams. 2nd and 9. I think the Aggies definitely have the luxury to play it a little bit safer here. Kindred again just has the 1 chance to stop the clock. 2 right, 2 left. Blitz shown there. And delivered. Handoff goes for not much. Back the loss of a yard or 2 as Bodine comes out of there with a loss of 2, I believe. 3 to the 18. Bodine with that carry. I have him down for just 2 yards rushing tonight. And both teams just might be content to go into the locker room and make adjustments. It was a good first quarter offensively. Both teams' defenses stepping it up a little bit. And they can run this down. Just like that, we are at the half. Kindred 7. Velva-Garrison, Drake-Anamoose 6. Right now, if you're playing along at home to pick who the Enbridge Energy player of the game is, you might go with Andrew Haley, the place kicker. He's got an extra point. He's the reason the Vikings are in front. 7-6 on YourLiveEvent.com. Kindred up on Velva-Garrison, Drake-Anamoose.
Now available, the 2024 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide. The digital version of the R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is available at rjbroadcasting.com. This year, featuring schedules for the fall sports teams in the region, along with photos, coaches' bios, and highlights from the 2023 season and the fall broadcast schedule for R&J Sports and YourLiveEvent.com. The digital version of the 2024 R&J Sports Guide is available now at rjbroadcasting.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com. Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
We're here in our First Class Mortgage halftime show on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here with you. And First Class Mortgage, locally owned and operated. They're more than just their company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation, providing first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. More information, go online, firstclasscorp.com. And so, again, First Class Mortgage halftime show. We had a good start. Actually, I got a little bit delayed here in the beginning due to the scoreboard. We got that rolling, and things seem to be clicking for the teams as well. Both teams scoring on their opening drives. The Aggies scoring on an 8-play, 70-yard drive, capped off by a Reggie Bruner touchdown catch of 27 yards. Drive took 4 minutes, 16 seconds off the first quarter clock. Two-point conversion was no good, and the Aggies had a 6-0 lead. Kindred would bounce back right away with an 11-play, couple of penalties in there as well. Drive going 81 yards, ending in a 3-yard rush for Jake Starcevic. And what has been the winning point so far, an Andrew Haley extra point, make it 7-6 Kindred. Since then, though, both teams have had the chance to possess the ball at least 2 times. Velva's possessed it 3 times in the rest of the second half, but the results have not been too fantastic. Punt, interception, punt, fumble recovery, end of the half. So a couple of touchdowns in the beginning. Since then, not so effective. Both quarterbacks, they started out hot, started out effective. And we'll have their stats here a little bit later on in the halftime. I'll do a little more work on getting the unofficial stats there for you, and we'll have those. We'll have some score updates as well. But again, at the half on our First Class Mortgage halftime show, Kindred 7, Velva-Drake-Anamoose 6, number 1, Vikings number 2, Aggies, yourliveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Gerdau presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
On a First Class Mortgage halftime show on yourliveevent.com, James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here this evening. Look at the unofficial stats here for you at the end of the first half. Jake Starsvik, I'm down 6 of 9 for 55 yards, an interception. He's also fumbled the ball. Starsvik on the ground, though, I have him down for 7 carries for 85 yards and a touchdown. Kalen Swenson, a couple of carries for 7 yards as well. Receiving end, Brooks Baco, I have him for 3 catches for 29 yards. Hunter Bindus, 3 catches for 10. Thiel just with a catch for 22. Spellhog a catch for 1. McDonald a catch for -7. For Ben Shep, I have him down for 5 for 7 for 54 yards and a touchdown. Shep on the ground, I have him down for 7 carries as well. I have him down for 59 yards rushing. Hank Bodine would just have him down for a yard, or 2 yards rushing Brandon Bossard, a couple yards rushing. Reggie Bruner, a catch for 17. Trayson Egelhardt, catch for 18. Bodine, a catch for 10. Again, unofficial stats at this time. We'll just more tallying at the end of the game. Take official stats. We'll have some more accurate stats, I'm sure, for you in our recaps. You can find our game recaps on rjbroadcasting.com. Some score updates here for you at the half. Take a look at games around the Your Live Event network and elsewhere. We'll start. We'll go with Class 11A. As Central Cass leading Devils Lake, 4th-ranked Squirrels up 20-7. Over the Firebirds, Watford City blanking Hazen 24-0. Langdon Area Edmore Munich, 3rd-ranked team in 11A. They are blanking Oaks 20-0. Lisbon blanking Park River 18-0. Winchell Turtle Mountain blanking Surrey 14-0. Shiloh Christian blanking Ray Powers Lake 25-0. Killdeer up big on Stanley, or semi-big, 20-6. Good contest between Harvey Wells County and Ellendale Edgeley Cullum. The Hornets have the ball as the first half winding to a close, tied at 14. Botno beating Beulah 29-6. Carrington on YourLiveEvent.com. They're shutting out to Southern McLean 27-0. And rugby. Shout out to Travis Risby and the Rugby Panthers. Had a tough year last year. Well, they're starting the season off right. 41-0 in the Magic City against the Ned Rose Cardinals. That's some 11A scores for you. Let's go to 9-man. Enderlin up 10 on Tri-State, 16-6. Hatton Northwood right now blanking North Star 6-0. North Star losing that super talented senior class. But the Bearcats holding their own against the Thunder. Napoleon Gackle Streeter blanking Beach, 16-0 right now. Score updates for you. Alexander blanking Mohawk Lansford Sure at 14-0 at the end of the half. North Prairie defending state champions up 30-8 over Larimore late in the first half. South Prairie Max up at Divide County 22-14. Linton HMB, Strasburg Zealand, they're back down to 9-man, and they're showing that they like it. 36-0 against Standing Rock. Weimer Lidgerwood doubling up on Mayport CG 16-8. Kemmer Bowbellsburg Central edging Lewis and Clark Berthold at the half 20-16. New Rockford Cheyenne rocketing past St. John right now 54-0. Cavalier over Nelson County 26-zip. Central McLean edging Grant County Flasher right now late in the first half 14-12. The Salem Almont, the Holsteins up on Headinter Scranton 18-8. Four Winds tied with North Border 14-14. On YourLiveEvent.com, Maple River edging number 5 Sargent County 18-14. That game in Hope. West Hope Newburgh Glenburn, the state boys basketball Class B champions last year. They made a good run in the football season as well. They're blanking TGU 34-0. Town of Granville Upham. Headinter County leading Kidder County 20-12, and Hankinson blanking Richland 36-0. Good scores coming out. Double A, Grand Forks Red River leading Dickinson 29-6. Watford City blanking Hazen 24-0. And mentioned already Central Cass leading Devils Lake 22-7. Triple A, let's see here. Bismarck Legacy leading West Fargo 14-0. Mandan leading 27-14 over last year's runner-up Shanley. West Fargo Cheyenne walloping Williston 39-12, and Bismarck beating North 34-0. Davies as well up on Bismarck Century 14-7. That's some score updates for you. It's the end of our First Class Mortgage halftime show here on YourLiveEvent.com. Locally owned and operated, First Class Mortgage, more than just their company names, the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. Provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. More information, firstclasscorp.com. Second half on YourLiveEvent.com is next.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Back for the second half on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here this evening. It's going to be a fun contest. It was sure to be a fun contest, and it's certainly proving up to the hype on this one. As Velva will kick it away to Kindred. Kindred kicked it away in the first half. They'll receive it in the second. It's Kylan Swenson will get the rock, and he'll take it to the 25. Kylan Swenson on the return. And pretty basic return there for the Vikings, trying to find their rhythm again after a back-to-back turnovers. Started at the 26, back-to-back turnovers there in the second quarter. Starcevic with an interception and a fumble as well. As the light's starting to dim here in Kindred, well, the natural light starting to dim in Kindred means the artificial, non-natural light coming up here. As there's a pitch, we got a flag coming up, and a run goes to the 35. This one's likely coming back off the run there from Baco. And this one will come back. It's a false start. So this one's coming back to the 21. Another penalty. Let's see here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 penalties. 7 in the first half and 1 right there accepted. Only 1 coming in the first quarter. So ball spotted at the 21. Receivers out to the left and right. Starcevic and company. Starcevic takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff there to Swenson. And Swenson with a speed. Room to run. And the Aggies rally well. A big gain of 29. For Kylan Swenson, his largest run of the game. Swenson trying to take over here in the second half. Moves it up again to midfield. The Vikings have had the lead since their first possession, the end of their first possession. The largest run of the game not made by Jake Starcevic. Starcevic in the gun here. And he'll keep it up the gut, keeps moving to the 40, now across the 40 to the 39. That Starcevic down for 85 yards rushing in the first half. He gets it to the 38 for a gain of 12. So Starcevic approaching that 100-yard mark. So Vikings, the defending state champions in Class A. Looking to keep it moving forward. There's a snap, and well, that goes nowhere there for Swenson. He goes back. Big loss there for the Vikings. Down to about the 42, 43. Loss of 4 for Swenson after he just got that big gain. Wrench on the stop there for the Aggies. He brings up a 2nd and 14. And Swenson outside of that big run, he's got 3 yards. on the ground tonight. Play clock winding down to 5. Man in motion comes Spellhog, 2 and 1. They get it off in time. Starcevic will keep up the gut. Evades a couple of would-be tacklers across the 40 out to about the 38, 37. Mark it down at the 37. Pick up a 5. It's up a 3rd and 8. Starcevic comes in there with the play again. And coach Eric Burgad. And the Vikings trying to pick up where they left off at the Dakota Bowl last November. Twins right and left. 9 minutes remain here in the 3rd quarter and a big 3rd down. Blitz showing, coming up a bit. Toss, got a man in some space, just overthrew him. Out there, I believe that was McDonald tracking that ball. And so Kindred, not sure what the range is for Haley. I don't believe it's quite that good. So they'll keep the ball there at the 37, just inside the 37, about the 36. Starcevic missing on his last 4 throws. And a bad snap. Got to try to recover. Does Baco, and he cannot. Big loss. And the Aggies will take advantage, and they'll take over. Turnover on downs there for the Vikings. And the Aggies will get the ball in Kindred territory. At the 47 of Velva. 8:47 on the clock. One left, one right. Bruner goes in motion. Shep back to pass, looking, stepping up into the pocket, and just sidearms it downfield for completion. There to Kyle Volson. Volson's first catch of the game. And Shep, after 2 consecutive incompletions to end the first half, he gets one there. I'm down now 6 of 8 for 62 yards and a touchdown. He's up a 2nd and 4 there. Ball spotted at the 41. Say 6 yards there for Volson as they send it back a little bit. Shep, the gun, takes it. Hands off Bodine. Bodine bruises his way inside the 40 to about the 37. And bring up a 3rd down. Or actually, no, it wasn't enough for a first. Just enough there, Bodine. And bruising ahead for 4. First and 10 from the Viking 37, a fast-moving game. First half ended in exactly an hour, or actually less than an hour. As 2 to the right, 1 to the left here, the Aggies look to continue a good pace of play. Shep up the gut, lowers the shoulder, and he's upended. And they blow it dead. Shep thought he had some more room to work with. Ball comes up to the 36. Gain of a yard. 2nd and 9 there for the Aggies after Shep's gain of a yard. Both teams' defenses again stepping up after each allowing a touchdown to start the game. No scoring since the first quarter. 3 right, 1 left. Shep back to pass. Luke Starcevic on his way, and he had a man in space, but stumbling down there out in the extended flat was Bruner. Another 3rd down here. Third and 9. at the 36. Critical juncture here in this one, you got to feel, and you say another cliche phrase, might just come down to which team's got the ball last. Both teams playing exceptionally well, some mistakes on both sides. That's to be expected in the first week out. Shep takes the snap, pressure coming, got to get rid of it. It's low and dropped there by Bodine. Back-to-back incompletions. Both, I would say, more on the receiver's end than on the quarterback's end, although that pass was a little low from Shep. He had to get rid of it quick. Pressure was coming and coming quick. So the Aggies in short field, they kind of feel like they've got some options here. The 6:29 clock stopped now as the game slows up just a bit. 3 to the right, 1 to the left here. Takes the snap, back to pass. Shep over the middle, it's incomplete. Knocked away, intended there that time for Kyle Volson. Had a quiet night tonight. 3 straight incompletions and back-to-back turnovers on down. Give the ball back to the Vikings. 6:25 remaining here in this third quarter. They get it back again to their own 36. Again, touchdown, 2-point conversion, no good. Touchdown, extra point is good. Since then, punt, interception, punt, fumble, end of half, turnover on down, turnover on down. Both teams desperately looking for a spark here in the second half in this clash of the Titans in 11A. And overthrowing, a little miscommunication there that time between Starcevic and Baco, and maybe a cramp. Hopefully that's the worst of it for Hunter Bindis. He's kind of gimping his way back to the huddle on the incompletion. And that'll bring up here 2nd and 10. On their own 36. Again, 2 lengthy drives. And an 8-play drive, an 11-play drive with a couple of penalties, replaying downs. Since then, as Starcevic will take it up the gut to the 41, trying to muscle for more. You could see the Aggies trying to rip that ball out. Up to the 42, a gain of 6. Starcevic should be over 100 yards rushing on the game. And, boy, Bendis is really gimping out there. Out to the 42 there for Starcevic. $108 yards. I've got Starcevic down for the game. Again, with drives starting in the second quarter on, there has not been a drive that's gone past 6 plays. With drives starting in the second quarter. Starcevic in the gun on a 3rd and 4. And the handoff is to Swenson. And Swenson surges ahead to the 50-yard line. Kylan Swenson up to midfield, and another big conversion. He's had a couple of big conversions here in this second half. He takes that one again, 8 yards. Swenson now, I believe, 5 carries for 40 yards. Half of the field to go here for these Vikings as they move the chains. McDonald out of the bottom of the screen. Looks like that's Sawyer Hess up at the top, and a handoff to Swenson again. He's got another first down, looks like. Kylan Swenson doing Kylan Swenson things once again. It's going to be a 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1 there for the Vikings. Swenson now up to 49 yards. He had 7 in the first half. 42 here in this second half. As Kindred tries to churn some downs together here. Starcevic, another handoff. Swenson, round the right side. Oh, somersault. He was still on his feet. He wasn't down. And he keeps running, and a ton of flags come out. I don't think he was down. He did a somersault in the air, landed on his feet, worthy of a perfect 10 in Olympic gymnastics. And then, of course, the fans and the coaches say, keep going. He landed on his feet. We got the video to prove it. And Kylan Swenson upended. Didn't quite see the number on who put the hit on him. But, again, somersaulted into the air, landed on his feet. I don't think he was down. And they're going to call a blindside block, I think, after the urging on by the fans and coaches to keep going. So it wasn't that he was down, but after the run. So almost would have been better if he would have just went down. Because, again, the flags came out after he did his second effort. So that goes back to the Kindred 44 on that penalty. So take away that nice run and that nice play. That's our play of the game right now. So 2nd and 16 there after the penalty. And it's another drive killer there for the Vikings. Starcevic surges back up ahead. Starcevic keeps running across the 40 of Velva this time. And a first down. Down to the 38. Gain of 18 for Starcevic. Had 85 in the first half. And according to my count anyway, and up to 51 here in the second half. So 136 is what he's at right now. With a touchdown to boot, but a couple of turnovers. Fresh set of downs there. And that's Starcevic, and we get another whistle. Dead ball here. And an illegal substitution on Kindred. Moves the ball back to the 43. So again, back-to-back downs with penalties. That's the second time this game that Kindred has had penalties on back-to-back downs. Or excuse me, it's the first time they've had it. Velva had penalties on back-to-back downs with a drive that started at the end of the first quarter. So 1st and 15 at the 43. This is, looks to be the longest drive since the end of the first, start of the second quarter, as Starcevic carries again across the 40 to about the 39. Gain of 4, maybe 5. Most of Aggies on the stop there. And they will gain 5 back to the 38. So erases the penalty there. Starcevic surges towards 150 yards on the ground. Does have the rushing touchdown added to tie the game. Right now, we still have the game-winning point belonging to Andrew Haley. Off an extra point, 2:15 to go here in the third. Starcevic. And he gets up to the 35, maybe for a gain of 3. 8th play of the drive coming up here, with a couple of penalties as well. I should say 8th down of the drive.
3rd down and 7 for the Vikings.
It's a 3rd and 7 here. The number 1 Kindred Vikings. Again, number 3 Langdon area Edward Munich is up big. Central Cass, number 4, is up on Devil's Lake as well. And so another big 3rd down here. Swenson in motion. Starcevic goes that way. The Aggies rally and get him down behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll have a loss of a yard there for Swenson. Well, that's his first catch of the game, I believe. And so, 4th down and 8 on the 36. Do have to run at least one more play before the end of the 3rd quarter. Both teams with their full complement of timeouts. Vikings get up to the line there with 10 on the play clock. And we get a whistle and a timeout. Burgad and Kindred want to talk it over. 38.4 to go here in this 3rd quarter. We're stuck on 7-6. Kindred with the lead still over Velva-Drake-Anamoose-Garrison, Drake-Anamoose.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online, kindredstatebank.com. James Martin's Max Bernier on the camera here this evening. We got a good one on our hands. We knew it was going to be good, obviously. As it's the top 2 ranked teams in the state. Fourth and 8 on the 36. Starcevic back to pass. Launches over the middle. It's incomplete. Burgad looking for a penalty out there. Doesn't look like he'll get one as Starcevic has struggled through the air here in the second half. Just 1 for 4 for -1 yard. And another stall drive, the 3rd straight drive ending on a turnover on downs. So the Aggies will get the ball back with just 33 seconds to go. And the ball spotted at their own 36. Which team will come away with the victory here? The clash of the top 2 teams. Handoff, Shep. Bodine with a nice sidestep. He's able to get up to the 39 for a pickup of 3. And that should end the 3rd quarter as Jake Starcevic now cramping up there on the right-hand side. And we'll just let the clock roll here, and well, that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter as they look at Starcevic's cramping right leg. 7-6. Kindred holding on to that 1-point lead here on YourLiveEvent.com. 4th quarter next.
Now available, the 2024 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide. The digital version of the R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is available at rjbroadcasting.com. This year, featuring schedules for the fall sports teams in the region, along with photos, coaches' bios, and highlights from the 2023 season and the fall broadcast schedule for R&J Sports and YourLiveEvent.com. The digital version of the 2024 R&J Sports Guide is available now at rjbroadcasting.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
4th quarter here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera. Velva-Garrison, Drake-Anamoose down 1. They've got the ball here at their own 39. It's a 2nd and 7. Bodine, not much of a factor here this evening, but he does have more yards than he did in the first half. He's got 7. here in the second half. 2nd and 7. Final quarter of regulation. Who knows? He might be in for some extra football, depending on how things go. Shep trying to follow a blocker. He goes up the middle. Kind of an awkward twist there. And up to the 44. Pickup of 5. It'll be a 3rd and 2. Shep just a couple of carries this half for 6 yards. 65, I have him down for a total. Jake Starsvik, your leading rusher, over 100. He's got 141 to my count. Kylan Swenson with a nice second half for the Vikings on a 3rd and 3. 3rd and a long 3, or 3rd and a short 3, rather. At the 43. Shep up the middle, and he's upended. Tackle for a loss there is, or not a loss of not much or a gain of not much. Either way, it's a 4th down, and the Aggies will likely punt this one away here. We've been back and forth here, but no points have been exchanged since 16 seconds left in the first quarter. A scoring drought lasting over a half. So the Aggies come out. They've got all intentions of going for it, and they do. Shep going to take it up the middle, but he's tackled from behind. Hunter Bindus. Whatever injury he has, it's gone. The adrenaline's kicked in for Bindus. And the 4th straight turnover on downs. No gain once again for Shep. Ball spotted at the Kindred 44 with 10:24 remaining here in regulation. Bindus with maybe the defensive play of the game for the Vikings. All spotted there at the right hash. As Starcevic in the gun trying to lead the Vikings to victory here. Got to get likely some more points on this board. As there's a handoff there. Gain of no gain. Maybe a yard. 2nd and 9 to the 43. The passing game was going nicely to start. Both quarterbacks just, you feel like they're feeling uncomfortable. They don't want to go back to it. They're going on the ground, but not a lot there either. Again, with 4 straight turnovers on downs. It's a rare sight to see, especially for these two teams. Starcevic on the option, pitches it to Swenson. The Aggies read it well, and Swenson gets nothing. In fact, he loses a yard or 2. Brings up another 3rd and long. Again, one drive has gone past 6 yards for drives that have started since the second quarter. A loss of 2 for Swenson. And again, it brings up a 3rd and 11. 9 minutes and change to go in what is definitely looking like the most competitive game across the state of North Dakota. A lot of blowouts tonight in the season openers. This one, not one of them. Man in motion, that's Spellhog. And pressure coming, got to get rid of it. Bindus couldn't quite haul it in. Great pressure off the line. Great pressure there that time from Jaden Foss. And as well, Jaden Foss and Evan Wrench, the senior. They were in the backfield right away. Didn't have much choice for Starcevic. He had to get rid of it. And we're going to get another 3 and out. This time it's going to be a punt here. Haven't had just one punt, 2 punts in this game. 2 successful punts anyway. So that was a high arcing punt there from Bacco. As that one's going to roll and be touched inside the 5. Great punt for Brooks Bacco. After a tough bout a few drives ago, he's able to figure it out and nail that ball inside the 5. 8:32 remaining here. Ball spotted at the 3. So the Aggies got a long way to go. They have 3 timeouts, all 3 timeouts. Still plenty of time to work with here. They could go on a drive. They can string some plays together and leave Kindred with very little time to work with. They got to get out of their own end first. Keep an eye on Luke Starcevic. He has been chomping at the bit all game long, hasn't gotten a sack. This might be his time. It is a handoff up the middle. Good safe play there for the Aggies, and it does get him to about the 5, maybe the 6 for a second and manageable. And a little slow to get up there that time. More cramping going out there right now as Bodine picks up 2 to the 5. Be a 2nd and 8. Bodine, I have him down for 11 yards off of 9 carries. They'll move it up to the 6, actually, so give him an extra yard there that time. 2nd and a short 8. There for the Aggies. And the Aggies, they have to go. They're down by a point. As we get a whistle and a flag. It's going to go against Velva, looks like. It's going to be a false start. Back them up to about the 3. Back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and a short 11. 2nd and a long 10. Stops the clock as well at 7:54. Again, Kindred's in the luxury. They're up by 1, so they get this ball back. Velva's got to be the one to stop the clock as we're getting down to the end of possessions here. A contest that's about 100 minutes old and just 13 combined points. 2 right, 2 left there for Shep in the gun. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking, runs up the gut, got to get rid of it, and he does, out to about the 10 on the near sideline as he finds Matt Yoakum. Yoakum's first catch of the game. Sends it to the 9-yard line. Shep and Starcevic, they were starting the game off really well, and they've now just tossed a combined 3 for 9 for 14 yards. 3rd down and a long 3 here for the Aggies. So they did stop the clock there, and they resume it now. So again, a 6-yard catch for Yoakum, his first catch of the game. 5 receivers set, empty backfield for Shep on a 3rd and a short 4. Shep keeping it, and he's tackled from behind. There it is. That's going to be the first sack of the game for Luke Starcevic. Oh, spotted down at about the 7-8 yard line, and Elva's got no choice. They got to punt it deep, and they got to play good defense. They're running out of time here with 6.5 to go. Starcevic was getting close and close. He finally is able to pick up a sack, just a couple of yard loss, as there's a punt there, and that's going to be fielded cleanly by McDonald. He dropped it, picked it back up, and he's swallowed up by the Aggies inside the 35. So Kindred takes over, 6:09 left. Velva with all 3 of their timeouts, so they can stop the clock. Big decision will be how Kindred plays this. If they, all spotted at the 38, by the way, if they score here, would they go for the 2-point conversion to try and basically seal the deal, or would they go for their conventional extra point, make it an 8-point game, give the Aggies a chance for a touchdown 2-point conversion. Got to think there'll be some runs here, at least at the onset. Starcevic. Swenson with the carry up the middle, and he's gone! Kylan Swenson, for the touchdown. Kylan Swenson with the score. And a big one, 38-yard scamper. And so now, that decision comes right away. Kylan Swenson with the touchdown. They are going to go for the extra point, so they will give the Aggies a chance at a touchdown 2-point conversion to tie and send it to overtime. But, of course, got to make the extra point first. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it's blocked. Either blocked or low. Either way, it's a miss. And that gives the Aggies a good opportunity here, not just to go down the field and now they got a chance to win it now. 13-6, 6:02 to go. Perfect time for an in-game update presented by Goldmark Commercial. Commercial land to farmland, from office to industrial. Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com. Connect with their expert team of trusted agents. 13-6 is our score. Again, you just kind of came on board, maybe watching some other broadcasts on yourliveevent.com. We had a touchdown apiece to open the game. Reggie Bruner hauled in a 27-yard touchdown pass, give the Aggies a 6-0 lead. The 2-point conversion was no good. Kindred comes down the field, and they get a 3-yard rushing touchdown from Jake Starcevic. Extra point is good to make the score 7-6. And then Kylan Swenson is able to bulldoze his way. Didn't have to do much bulldozing. The grass was green and clear for Swenson for his first touchdown since early last season. 38-yard scamper. Extra point, though, no good. The Aggies with a chance to get a walk-off win here in Kindred. Haley will kick it off here for the Vikings. Good kick there for Haley. And it's fielded there by Eigelhart. A lot of almost dropped or dropped balls. Eigelhart with some room. Could have busted that one open for more. He's out to the 35. With 5:56 remaining here. And another man down for the Aggies. It's been a rough night. They lost Selzer. I'm not sure if he returned. And they got another man down after the kick return. So we're going to step aside here, let the trainers attend to him. Looks like it might be just another cramp. Come on back here on yourliveevent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com. Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Fourth quarter here on yourliveevent.com. Trayson Eigelhart was the one being attended to. Did come off. I believe he has to come off for a play there for the Aggies. 13-6, 5:56 remaining here in regulation. Aggies need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to win. Don't believe they kick extra points, so that's what they need to walk off with a victory here. It's been a great game. I personally thought there'd be more scoring, but it's been a great battle between these two teams. Bruner with some space, and he nearly got the catch, and they're going to go PI. Looks like Bacco on the coverage and Swenson on the coverage as well. Now Bacco is clutching his right leg. Looks like another cramping issue there. Give or take there. Not. You make the call at home whether you think that was interference or not. They're moving back a little bit, though. So they'll spot the ball here at the move the ball up to midfield off the 15-yard penalty. So free 15 yards to work with there for the Aggies, and we get a timeout called by Kindred, looks like. And, well, players stay out there. No timeout. Okay. Oh, now Velva's going to the sideline, so they might have called the timeout. A little confusion there as to who called the timeout, and either way, it's another Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com. 5:50 to go in what's been a classic contest. Again, a lot of blowouts tonight all the way around the state of North Dakota. This one not one of them. Didn't expect it to be one of them. I thought maybe 34-24 Kindred. My initial gut score prediction, if you will. But both teams showing that, first of all, they're going to be hard outs, and second of all, we may need a rematch of these two teams at the end of the year. There's a lot of other teams around the state saying, we want to be a part of that Dakota Bowl conversation. And Dickinson Trinity, I believe the 5th-ranked team in the state. They knocked off the Aggies last year in the semifinals to get to the title contest. And these are the last two winners. The Aggies in 2023, or in 2022, and the Vikings last year in 2023. Vikings come back out there. Again, Luke Starcevic, 72 right there in the middle of your screen, 6'5" sophomore. Could be the next Riley Sunram there for the Kindred Vikings. They just keep churning them out. Derek Burgad in our preseason conversation saying, you got the quarterback, receiver, defensive players, even the glamorous positions. Here at Kindred, it's almost glamorous to be a part of the offensive and defensive lines. As Shep in the gun for the Aggies. Trying to mount a comeback here. Shep stays on his feet, but he tumbles forward towards the line of scrimmage. Don't think he'll quite get there. They'll move him back a yard to the 49. Loss of a yard there on the scramble for Shep. Second and a short 12 here. Got a loss of 2 there for Shep. Both quarterbacks had plenty of room to run in the first half, not so much here in the second half. As the Aggies, of course, now in 4-down territory. They do have all 3 timeouts. And 5 minutes plus a clock. Shep in the gun, pressure coming, got to move up the pocket, and he's across midfield to the 49. Nice tackle there by Ethan Fornshell, the senior. I believe he got a tackle in the last play, too. Fornshell making his presence felt. Back to midfield, so Shep this half, I'm down for 5 rushing yards after 59 in the first half. 3rd and 10 at midfield. Right smack dab on the 40 is what they need for the first down. And now we get a timeout for Velva. That's their first. 13-6 here, 4:17 remaining here. In this one, we're going to stay here. Let's take you around the scoreboard. 11A scores here. Rugby puts up 48 in the first half against Nedrose. 48-0. Carrington at the start of the 4th. You can check out that game on Your Live Event as well. They're shutting out Southern McLean 34-0. Again, that game on YourLiveEvent.com. Bodno beating down Beulah 43-6. The Braves had a heck of a campaign the last couple of years, trying to keep it going. 22-21, Illinois Lechley-Cullum edging Harvey Wells County. Watford City blanking Hazen 24-0. Shiloh Christian, by the way, ranked number 5, not to Dickinson Trinity. My apologies on that. 31-8. They lead Ray Powers Lake. Killdeer leading Stanley 20-6. Dickinson Trinity tied with Shiloh Christian. So there's the one I wanted to get out. Ranked to number 5 as well. 14-12, leading receive votes to Wax Burlington. On a third down, and Shep gets sacked. First sack of the game for Lincoln Swenson. I believe the second sack of the game total. It's a 4th and 19. It's not quite the game yet, but it's pretty close. Velva's got to convert here. As we approach the 9 o'clock hour here. YourLiveEvent.com. Again, a big play here, and Velva's got to go. They want to try to conserve their 2 timeouts in case this doesn't connect. Got to get to the Kindred 40 for a first down. Kindred Viking defense showing up, showing out here. Takes the snap, back to pass. Shep launching down the middle of the field. It's knocked down. And so Kindred will take over on a turnover on downs. Ambrosius down to the bottom of your screen. Brad Ambrosius is psyched. And that defense, of course, former Bison. Athletic director here. 3:19 to go here in the game. Kindred trying to ice this one down. Boy, a lot of contenders for players of the game. Hard to choose one, just one. But we'll see. It might depend upon this drive here. Still 2 timeouts for the Aggies. Still chance to stop the clock. This pressure's going to be coming here. Handoff up the middle, upended again. This time on the carry for Brock Johnson. Johnson takes it up to the 35. A gain of 6 for Johnson. Final 3 minutes of play here. Aggies will let the clock go down here right now, but got to get the stop here. So 6-yard gain for Johnson, and if Johnson stays in there on a 2nd and 4. 10 on the play clock here for Starcevic and company. Johnson in motion. Starcevic dropped the ball, picks it back up, and is able to salvage a couple of yards out of that, and the Aggies will call, looks like a timeout here. Oh, they'll keep it going for now. They'll hang on to their 2 timeouts on a 3rd and short. Need the 31 for a first down. They're at the 33. Maybe 34. 3rd and a long and a short 3. Two minutes to go here in Kindred. Starcevic in the gun, making sure the time winds down. 5 on the play clock. Starcevic takes the snap. Hand off to Swenson this time. Swenson gets around, and Swenson up the field. Swenson heading to the house. We got a flag. I do not believe this touchdown will count, but a great run there for Kylan Swenson. He's been tremendous here in the second half. Either way, it's a first down. Still 2 timeouts on the clock for the Aggies. So this is going to be interesting here. Basically, the touchdown doesn't count, as there's a holding somewhere along the way there. So it is first down. That might be the more important thing, but Swenson with a nice run. Block in the back, the official call. We'll give him credit to the 25, a gain of 8 for Swenson. Swenson couldn't quite find his footing in the first half. In the second half, he had 7 yards in the first half. Second half, picked up there. I'll have him down for about 50 in the touchdown. Starcevic keeps. He's got about 150 yards rushing in the game. And the Aggies with 2 timeouts left, they will use 1. So we'll keep it here, of course, out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. 13-6. 1:26 remaining. We'll have post-game comments. Chat, hopefully, with coach and player. Give out our player of the game as well. As the Vikings, number 1 ranked team in the state. At this rate, based on the game seen here tonight, Velva will stay number 2, I feel like. I would think. The Sportscaster Sports Writers Association, but you never know how the vote comes out every week. And in the end, for most of these coaches and players, it doesn't really matter. The wins and losses, the most important thing, and where you are at the end of the year. But, of course, for Velva-Garrison, Drake-Anamoose, they've got nothing to hang their hat on if they come up short here. They played a heck of a game. Both of these teams played outstanding. We got the game we were hoping for and more, I think. Some guys out there definitely want some plays back. And some guys just getting started for this season. 1:26 remaining here. 2nd and 9 on the 24 after Starcevic's carry for a yard. I believe Johnson's staying there in the backfield. Man in motion. That comes Spellhog. Starcevic will keep it himself. Sidesteps a couple of Aggies, and he's chased down from behind. That's close to a first down. And it won't be quite enough. Timeout called by the Aggies. And it'll be 3rd and short. Starcevic over 150 yards rushing in the game here tonight. And into another Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Ball spotted at the 16. It's a 3rd and 1. For Starcevic, who's at 150 yards right there. That's what I got him down for. Swenson again on the game. I'm down for 55. Oh, 62. 62 for the game for Swenson and a touchdown. Starcevic 150 on the ground. Touchdown. So 3rd and 1 here, last chance. The Aggies are out of timeouts. Got to think the Vikings will go for it on 4th if they don't get it here on 3rd. Although, do you rush Haley out there for a field goal? Wild card possibility there, too. Lots of options here on a 3rd and 1. The Vikings need that 1 yard to claim the victory. And they are going into short sneak formation, and ball came out of the end. Spellhog came on top of it, looks like. But was it dead before? Ball squirted out of the end of the play. And it is enough for a first down, and they're going to say the ball was live, recovered by Spellhog, and that should just about do it for the Vikings. Defending state champions, a battle for sure from the Aggies, but the Vikings will get the win at home. As they'll watch this clock go down, they got to nail it down, I believe, just 1 time. That should be enough to seal the win. The defending state champions will go to 1-0 to start the year. Final score, 13-6. Kylan Swenson with the winning touchdown. Technically the winning point, though, goes to Andrew Haley on that extra point. But Swenson really sealed the game. He sealed it with another big run as well. So he's in consideration for our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. And we'll hopefully have coach and player interviews coming up here on our postgame on yourliveevent.com. Again, that's official. Clock is at 0. Final score, 13-6. Kindred gets the win over Velva-Garrison Drake-Anamoose here on yourliveevent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Final score here in Kindred, 13-6. The Vikings hold off Velva-Garrison Drake-Anamoose to pick up the first win of the year in a battle of the back-to-back, in a way, defending state champions. The Aggies won it 2 years ago. The Vikings won it last year. Battle of the last two champs goes the way of the current defending champs, the Vikings. Taking through the stats and storyline of the game here for you. Both teams scored on their very first possession. Velva on a 70-yard or a 27-yard touchdown catch after a 70-yard drive to open the game. 2-point conversion was missed. Make the score there 6-0 Aggies. Kindred would score the rest of the 13 points. They scored on their first drive, capping off about a dozen play drive. 3-yard touchdown rush for Jake Starcevic. An extra point there for Andrew Haley made the score 7-6. The Vikings never trailed. It was a desert of offense, if you will, after that point, as there was no other scoring in the first half. First half drives for the rest of the way for Velva ended in punt. Then Jake Starcevic interception, hauled in by Logan Vincent for the Aggies. After another Aggie punt, Starcevic coughed it up with a Ben Shep recovery. Then it was the end of the half, score remaining 7-6. 4 consecutive turnovers on downs, followed by 2 straight punts, before Kindred sealed the deal with a Kylan Swenson welcome back touchdown. Swenson 38 yards out in the first play of that drive. Extra point no good, but that pretty much sealed the deal at that point, 13-6. Velva could not convert midway through the field. Turnover on downs. Give the ball back to Kindred. They iced it. Swenson with another nice run to really ice the game there. Both quarterbacks started out well through the air, but they finished with sub-75-yard passing performances. 1 passing touchdown goes to Shep. Starcevic with a pick. Finishes believe 7 for 13 for 54 yards and a pick through the air. Ben Shep, I have him down finishing the game. I had missed a couple of incompletions as well, I do believe. So unofficially, I have him down for 7 of 14, 50% for 69 yards and touchdown. On the ground, Jake Starsvik was your leader on the ground. I'm down for 150 yards rushing on the game. Unofficially, Jalen Swenson, and I'm down for that last drive. I think he picked up 8 more that I didn't have written down then. About 64, 65 yards for Swenson and a touchdown. Oh, well, actually, I forgot to write down the 38-yard touchdown scamper. It happened so fast, so let me redo the math here real quick. Let's see here. Had him down for only 7 yards in the first half. And doing the math here for you, 10 and 47 and 70, 108 yards for Swenson and a touchdown. Have him down. So both Swenson and Starsvik combined for over 250 yards rushing in the win and both touchdowns. Some other rushers, Theolgis, no runs for Theolgis. Brooks Baca was the leading receiver. I have him down unofficially for 3 catches for 39 yards for the Vikings. Velva-Drake-Anamoose, Shep led the way on the ground and down for about 60 yards. Bodine, tough night for him. Had him down for about 7. Leading receiver was Reggie Bruner on that touchdown pass. I don't have an Aggie to catch more than 1 ball here tonight. So, your stats and storyline of the game. The Vikings, they start the year off at 1-0. The Aggies, certainly not a bad loss by any stretch of the imagination. They start the year off, though, at 0-1. Have a feeling they're going to bounce back nicely in their next contest. But you never know. You got to play the game, and just never know what might happen in week in and week out. Take another quick break. We'll come back with some score updates a little later on. We'll have player and coach interviews here at YourLiveEvent.com. The final score, the number 1 ranked Kindred Vikings, they'll stand number 1, 13-6 here in Kindred is the final.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Gerdau presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Coming on back here with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. At Enbridge, life takes energy. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Kylan Swenson's our Player of the Game here this evening. Sealed the deal with a 38-yard rushing touchdown and a couple of other nice runs in the second half, especially late, to really keep drives going and keep your team on the offensive side of the ball. Kylan, I don't know too much about the injury, but I know you were kind of sidelined last year and made your way back. Your thoughts on how you battled back to get here?
Yeah, I knew that I had to work hard, and I tried my hardest, and now I'm back.
Yeah, pretty well said, taking care of business. You knew that tonight was going to be a pretty tough opponent, and I think you want tough opponents early on. What'd you learn from tonight's contest?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a battle to the end. We did a lot of prep work. We weren't perfect, but we fought to the end.
Lots of some good moments and some maybe not some good moments on the offensive side of the ball. What's something that you maybe individually or you guys as a team want to improve on before week number 2?
I think every position can get better, and we're going to work all next week to get better at that.
Kylan, now you're back. Your senior season, other than maybe getting back to a state title game, any goals for the year for you?
Just one game at a time. We're not looking past that.
Pretty well said. Wouldn't have said it better myself. For Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Mr. Kylan Swenson. Kylan, congratulations on the 2 touchdowns here, or 1 touchdown, and headed down for good amount of rushing, about 100 yards tonight as well. Kylan, congratulations on our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game.
Thank you.
And we'll hand the mic here, and we'll let Kylan sneak out and bring in Eric Bergad, the head coach for the Vikings. And Eric, of course, that it was a big game for you guys tonight. You guys started out really well and then hit the turnover bug and found a way to come away with the win in the end.
Yeah, it really was a game, just a ton of up and down. And there's times we felt hot and, everything seems pretty sharp, playing good O, playing good D. And then it was like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I think, a lot of things factor into that. One, you're playing an incredible opponent. Like Velva, they are a sharp, physical football team, and we knew that coming in. We were really excited for that challenge, but they made things really hard. Second half, just proud of the resolve of the kids and being able to run the football in the third and fourth quarter to try to seal it, and defense really dug in too. I mean, that's a powerful offense with a really good quarterback and really good skill position. So to give up the opening drive and give up 6 points and just be able to battle back the rest of the game and not let them in the end zone. We got to be happy with that.
Let's talk about kind of some key moments, key players here tonight. Kylan Swenson coming back. Great to have him back and have him at your arsenal to try and go for another run. And I think took him a little while to get his footing, but once he hit the second half, he was off to the races.
Yeah, he got stronger as the game went, I thought, and he cramped up a couple times but fought through it. He's a really tough kid, and we knew we'd be able to rally around him. And when the game does get tight, he's just, one cut away from breaking the big one, and we saw that in the second half. And we had a couple kids step up on D, too. I mean, Lincoln Swenson was a kid who hasn't taken many defensive snaps at all for us, and he played a phenomenal game at defensive end. Yet our linebackers, our DBs, they all answered the bell.
Talk about the defensive side of the ball. Of course, everybody, we know about Jake Starcevic coming in on the offensive side, but Luke Starcevic, he was inching closer and closer to getting that big play, and he got the sack there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about a lot, too. We knew their quarterback, really sharp player, and that he was going to hang in the pocket, that he wants to be there to make the big throw. So we talked about it all week, that it's just got to be those extra 2 steps. And if you just keep your energy up, keep bringing the juice, by the end of the game, we're going to be able to affect them. And it worked out that way.
Talk about it on the offensive side. Of course, we mentioned Jake, tale of 2 games, if you will. He started out really sharp, completing all of his passes, making the right moves, going through 3 or 4 reads really quickly. And then I think those turnovers kind of crept in with some risky passes, the interception, and then the ball comes loose on the fumble. Your thoughts on how he bounces back for week 2?
He's a heck of a player. And again, I'm going to bring it back to our opponent. They're good. Like, they play good defense, and they give us some different looks. They got a lot of speed all over the field. So when we asked Jake to do as much as we do, he handled it really well. Did he have game of up and downs? Absolutely. But, he's our leader. We go as he goes, and he's going to keep better, and so are the rest of our guys.
Anybody else on the individual side that you want to highlight that really impressed you tonight, that really made you feel good going forward?
Yeah, we had a bunch of spark plugs, and we asked Andrew Haley to play some nose tonight. He hasn't taken any nose snap. Kelby Erdman played some nose snaps, and it's tough to, until you watch the tape, to say, who really did stand out throughout the game. It's momentum, it's swings, it's one big play, and so it's hard to tell. But as a unit, as a group, I'm proud of how they were able to gut it out.
I believe next week you guys are on the road to Wahpeton. Next game on the schedule, of course, a non-region game and a non-class game, if you will, but a pretty good rivalry game and a good test for your guys.
Yeah, and focus going into next week, just knowing that it's a non-counter is we got to play better than we played this week. It's got to be a mindset of continuous improvement, and it's going to be, when we watch the film as coaches tonight, when we break it down all weekend, there's going to be some things that, drive us crazy. There was a lot of mistakes, and so we got our work cut out for us. We know we're not even close to where we want to be, but in the end, we got to be happy with the result tonight.
1-0 here, again, with a 13-6 win over Velva-Drake-Anamoose. Eric Burgad, the head coach of the Kindred Vikings, joining us on the postgame. Eric, thanks for the time. Congratulations, and we will see you for almost all the games except for next week here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Yeah, thanks for being in Kindred. We love having you guys here.
We'll come on back one final time for some score updates and wrap it up here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
And our final score here, 13-6 on YourLiveEvent.com. James Martins in and out here with you. Thanks to Max Bernier for helping us out on the camera here this evening. And before we take off here, let's get through some score updates here, especially around 11A. Again, Kindred will stay number 1. I have a feeling the Aggies will stay at number 2. I don't know that they will be surpassed there. Some notes, Carrington blank Southern McLean 34-0. Receive votes Cardinals on YourLiveEvent.com. Happy first inaugural game at YourLiveEvent.com. Inaugural football game, at least. Greg Grenz, of course, having all the coverage down there in Carrington. Botno beats Beulah 43-6. Ellendale Cullum outlasts Harvey Wells County 28-21. At the end of the first half, still that's the last report we got. Rugby routing Nedrose 48-0. Let's see here. Langdon Area Moore Munich outlasting Oaks, more than outlasting Oaks, 32-6. Watford City doubles up Hazen 32-16. Shiloh Christian over Ray Powers Lake 31-14. Dickinson Trinity defeats Still Axe Burlington 20-12. And battles some of the top-ranked teams in the state. Kildare over Stanley 27-6. Turtle Mountain blanks Surrey 14-0. Lisbon blanks Park River 18-0. Central Cass, 4 minutes left to go in the game. They're beating Devils Lake 34-21. Bowman County and Bishop Ryan, no score reported from that contest. 9-man action. We had one 9-man game on YourLiveEvent.com. Maple River and Sargent County. Scroll down towards that one. 28-18, the Bulldogs have come back to lead Maple River. 2 minutes left to go in the third. You can catch that one on YourLiveEvent.com. New Rockford Cheyenne putting a rout on St. John, 69-0. Hankins at much the same over Richland, 54-0. Henry County leading with 8 minutes to go in the game, 34-20 over Kidder County. Final, West Hope Newburgh Glenburn over TGU, 54-8. New Salem Almont on their way to a win over Heading near Scranton, 38-8. North Border defeats 4 wins, 48-14. Central McLean edges Grant County Flasher 20-12. Lamore Litchfield Marion shutting out Kriegsman Dakota at the end of the first half, 26-0. Cavalier, 5th-ranked team, shuts out Nelson County 40-0. South Border, big win over Richton Taylor Hebron, 64-18. Mayport CG received votes Patriots, leading by 8, 7 minutes to go in the game over Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Final, Kimmer Bobelsburg Central over Lewis and Clark Berthold, 48-30. Tied for 5th, Linton HMB Strasburg Zeeland, 50-14 over Standing Rock. Divide County with a 2-point lead over South Prairie Max, 30-28, under a minute to go. Defending state champions and number 1 ranked North Prairie, leading Larimore 44-14. Pauline Gackle Streeter shutting out Beach right now, 34-0. Alexander final over Mohawk Lansford Sherwood, 20-12 in a slight upset. Hatton Northwood, the thundering win over North Star, 54-6. That contest. A couple other 11 AA scores, one other 11 AA scores. 4 versus 5. 4th-ranked Red River takes down Dickinson 29-12. And in the AAA side of things, Shanley trying to mount a comeback. They're down 13 with the ball, 8 minutes to go. They are in Mandan 41-28. Legacy with a win over West Fargo 28-6. Cheyenne wallops Williston 39-12. The Demons down Fargo North 41-7, and Fargo Davies over Bismarck Century, 35-14. Hey, don't forget the R&J Broadcasting Coaches Corner tomorrow on KRJB. We'll go through all these games, and we'll have more interviews from our head coaches around the area on KRJB. You can also check out the scores and some notes on the games a little bit later on tonight on yourliveevent.com and rjbroadcasting.com. Well, to be honest, it was a little bit of a rough start for us, but we were able to come back and make things work. Got the scoreboard all working for you. Again, my apologies about not getting the pregame comments on with Burgad and head coach Matt Weidler for Velva-Drake-Anamoose. I want to make sure to thank them for their time throughout the early part of the season before the season began with fall camp and all things of that nature. And I want to thank the hospitality here of Kindred. It's always a great place to come broadcast a game, and they delivered a great game tonight. The final score, 13-6, Kindred with a win over Velva-Drake-Anamoose. Again, our Enbridge Energy player of the game was Kylan Swenson from Kindred. That about wraps things up here for me. For Max Bernier, our camera guy here tonight. Heck of a job tonight, Max. It's James Martins saying Kindred and Velva-Drake-Anamoose football fans, show some pride.